And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mikey Report for September 3rd, 2012. I'm Mikey. Of course, I am yours truly, Mikey Edwards. Glad you can be with us here on this rainy Labor Day. Those of you who had off probably didn't have a lot of good weather, especially if you were here in southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Had a lot of rain over the past 24 hours. Overnight into this morning, there was a lot of rain. I actually wasn't back here to my computer at that last night around 5 a.m. or this morning at 5 a.m. I should say, because of that. And it's been raining off and on throughout the day, and there's been more rain going on throughout the morning hours, or not the morning, throughout the day today. So we are going to be taking a look at what we're going to be expecting over these next upcoming hours, as the rain is going to pick back up. Now, those of you wondering, this rain is of remnants from Hurricane Irene. I mean, not Irene, I'm thinking last year. Isaac. Remnants from Isaac that have cut up the Mississippi River Valley. And after hitting Louisiana and Alabama, cutting through the Gulf and cut up the Mississippi River Valley, and then made a sharp right turn and is in our vicinity and has been impacting us for the past couple days, and will continue to do that over the next couple days throughout this week. We might not see much clearance because Isaac was a very slow mover while it was a tropical storm and hurricane, and it still is, as it has become as it depressed throughout this region. So we're going to take a look at when we're going to be looking at these, when it's going to pick back up again. It actually, we had a different track. Looks like a little bit of track. New Jersey seems to be like the shore area. Jersey Shore is primarily going to be getting hit through the late, before the clock strikes midnight, and it's starting to cut into Pennsylvania at about 11:45, around 11:45. Then it's going to pick back up around the southeastern Pennsylvania, and even impact northeastern Pennsylvania, just covering all of eastern Pennsylvania, Bloomsburg, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Lancaster, York, Reading, Allentown, starting at about midnight, and then just intensifying a little bit. But yet, it's, according to this, it's not really touching Phoenixville all that much until probably about 1:15. Even though don't be surprised, it probably will hit Phoenixville throughout the early morning hours, as all the students are going to sleep for work and school the next day. It's just going to be pretty steady rain throughout the morning hours until about 3:30 in what we have on our track so far, but we'll take a more extensive look at it later. But that has been our big weather story, and for these past couple days, as Isaac impacted delayed the RNC actually, and there were speeches that I would say were very impactful. I only listened to really two in their well, two in their entirety and one partially. First was Paul Ryan, the vice presidential candidate. I think he had a lot of good things to say. Now, fact check, there's a lot of things that you could say yay and nay about, and it could be true or false, and you have to look at the facts, which is true, but you also have to think the main hot topic issues. Are you going to be able to... The hot topic issues have to be done. So, that's really my viewpoint. Marco Rubio, excellent speech by him. He was really on target with a lot of things. And then also Clint Eastwood was before him, and that was just funny because Eastwood, sorry about the yawning, Clint Eastwood, he was pretty much a little comedic in that. 82 years old, you don't expect a lot of... You have some logic from him, but you don't have a lot. So, it was a good speech to kind of get the humor up in the RNC that night before Romney took the stage. And then this week is the DNC, and we'll be trying to keep track with all the with that cover. We'll try to keep track with coverage. Fellow YouTuber Philip DeFranco, he will be he'll be at the DNC with a couple other people with the YouTube Google Plus sponsorship and youtube.com/politics, and that he'll be able to take you through the DNC, and hopefully it's not too I'm just hoping there are some people who have level heads in reporting regarding the DNC. I know there's times with the RNC that there was some strong viewpoints against some of what some Republicans said, and I was like, okay, I began to question. But I'm gonna take a gander at things, and you will, of course, you, our viewers in the United States, have the choice. You have the privilege. You have the right to vote, as long as you're 18 and over and have a valid voter ID in whatever states that have that law. 2, vote for the candidate of your choice. To express your opinion as to who should run this country and who should be the leader of the United States of America, founded on godly and holistic principle. And so, I'm also gonna cover sports. It's September, so you know what that means in the world of baseball. September call-ups, where rosters expand to 40 men instead of 25 throughout the regular season and the playoffs. So this is where a lot of minor leaguers get some playing time. to hone their skills on the big stage. And it's been helpful for the Yankees because they've had some injuries down the stretch. Mark Teixeira, Curtis Granderson. So there's been a shuffling of the lineup, so to speak, where there's been different outfielders and whatnot. Yankees had picked up Ichiro Suzuki, and he's been playing left in place of Brett Gardner, who's been out of the season due to injury. Mariano Rivera's been out, so Rafael Soriano's closing. Teixeira's out, so Swisher's playing first, and Ibanez is playing right. Granderson's been injured a couple days, so Chris Dickerson has been holding fort. Alex Rodriguez just returned to the lineup today. He was out, so Eric Chavez was playing, platooning with Jason Nix, and so on and so forth. Another catcher, Francisco Cervelli, who's been pretty good on the major league level, was called up to maybe spell Russell Martin or give at least the security of the catcher's position, so you can replace a catcher later in the game and not have any issues running out of catchers, especially with long stints. But also September means it is back to football. This week, Wednesday, Cowboys versus Giants on NBC, and Steelers versus Broncos for Sunday Night Football on NBC. And fall shows are going to be premiering within the next week or so. The Voice is returning for another season, starting next Monday. America's Got Talent is finishing up their season. Trying to think what else. Some new daytime talk shows coming. Steve Harvey, Jeff Probst. They have 2 new talk shows coming out this week. Just trying to think. There's a lot of new shows. Dancing with Stars, All Stars for this season coming. So there are quite a few options throughout the networks where you can be tuning in. Of course, college football has returned. Penn State had a loss to Ohio. So USC trounced Hawaii, and Notre Dame trounced, I believe, was it Navy or Army? I can't remember. I know it was one of the forces, 50-10. So that is really big. So I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. Olympics had come and gone. U.S. won the most medals. Michael Phelps set his records and whatnot. So that's good news. Maurice Jones-Drew came out with his holdout finally. Let's see. Phillies are holding on to dear life, pretty much. Rory McIlroy wins the Deutsche Bank Championship. And with the Yankees lost today, the Orioles are within 1 of the AL East lead, and the Red Sox ownership will be doing a fact-finding trip out west John Henry and Ben Cherington are taking their glances at what is going on in the Red Sox organization. So there's a lot of stuff, and as always, we'll be trying to keep track of election coverage. I will be around the area, the Phoenixville area, to get input from fellow college students to see what their thoughts are. I will probably be connecting, and we will probably have a set panel at some point to discuss these issues, and we will try to also get an NFL preview, even though it is 2 days away. We will try to preview the Sunday games for you. So don't worry, we will try to keep Mikey Report stuff going. I know it's been hectic, it's been crazy. I haven't really been able to do much, but you will not miss out. So stay tuned with the Mikey Report for continuing coverage about all of the upcoming things, baseball playoffs, football season, and the general election. And I am Mikey Edwards, and this has been TMR News.